The Commercial Bank of Africa has beaten Kenya Commercial Bank as the market maker for the newly launched M-Akiba. Investors who bought their debut phone-based bond worth 150 million shillings will now start trading the government security at the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Hudhaifa Eden has more.
The debut phone-based bond M-Akiba has now officially been listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange after the bell-ringing ceremony held earlier today. Investors who bought the bond that was worth 150 million shillings will trade the 3-year bond via mobile handsets, removing the need for a bank account. CBA will buy the bonds that investors put in the market but cannot find a buyer after KCB failed to agree with the Treasury on the cost of providing liquidity for the 3-year life of the bond.
We believe that as a liquidity provider, as we start in providing liquidity for the pilot issue, or shall I say special limited offer, we are yet to see the power and the transformation this security will unleash.
CBA's status as a liquidity provider for the new bond followed negotiations with Treasury after KCB opted out from the deal it was part of since October last year. The government has, however, not ruled out KCB from the deal, saying that conversations with the previous liquidity provider is still ongoing. The second tranche of M-Akiba, worth 4.85 billion shillings, is set to open in June this year. The head of debt at the National Treasury says borrowing from the people directly will create competitive pressure that will eventually lead to the government borrowing at lower interest rates.
The average interest rate for infrastructure bonds is about 13%. Now, if every Kenyan is happy with 10%, why would I not give the Kenyan opportunity to invest in 10%. Now, if the majority of Kenyans invest in 10%, that has a downward pressure on our interest rates that are currently at 13%.
NSE CEO Geoffrey Odundu acknowledged the potential of M-Akiba, saying probably we might see reallocation of government domestic debt to the mobile-based platform.
To date, since 2000 the government bond program began, we've been able to raise 1 trillion shillings for the government, attesting to the depth of our capital markets. Now, we would have done this earlier had we had a strong retail participation. That's our view.
108,000 Kenyans have registered on their mobile phones to invest in M-Akiba since last month, compared to just 20,000 existing retail investor accounts with the central bank for no more treasury bonds. Hudhaifa Eden, NTV.